Hi guys, welcome to this second sirsasana tutorial, which is for those who are already quite confident in their headstand. Maybe you can already stay up for about 30 seconds, can come down calmly and with control, and you're ready to move on to more funkier ways of getting into the posture. So when you're ready, let's get started. As always, make sure that you are warm before you get here, but if you are, then let's get started with our straddle press. So the straddle press is pressing up from your wide-legged forward fold, which I think is the easiest step up. What you're going to do is you're going to come into your wide-legged forward fold as you normally would. Make sure you have space on your mat to place your arms. You're going to measure your elbows, interlace your fingers, place your head down as you normally would. Press up and out of elbows, shoulders away from ears. Start pressing away from the toes. Shift your weight into your arms and then start to widen your feet. From here, your feet will automatically kind of lift off. Keep reaching your toes away from the center and then start to shift your pelvis back, like untucking your tailbone. From there, if you feel like you are quite aligned, you can start bringing your feet up towards the sky. Then you stay here for however long possible or however long you feel comfortable. And then open up your legs again, reach your toes out towards the sides as much as you can. And then when you feel that you can't widen your legs any further, you start to tuck your tailbone under. Slowly, slowly, slowly keep reaching through those toes and you come all the way back into your wide-legged forward fold. And then you come down. Back onto your knees, take a breath. So it's quite simple. It's just really about tipping that tailbone and reaching through the toes. I always recommend filming yourself. I think the biggest challenge that people find within this transition is tipping the hips enough, because you're probably not used to rolling all the way there, and then once you bring your legs up, you might have to tuck your tailbone a little bit further because your legs are not countering your weight anymore. So I always recommend filming yourself because it gives a really nice visual input of where you are and if you need to go further, if you need to go less far. You can also always send me the video and I can give you some tips if you like, if you need. So I'll actually show you what I mean by saying that the tailbone tipping might be tricky. So what you want is you want your tailbone over your head as always, and then from here you're going to lift those feet, and then from there you widen. So again, if your hips are too far away from your face, you're going to be falling back this way. That means that you might have to either walk your feet in further so that you can tip that tailbone more easily, widen your legs a little bit more, or tip that tailbone more in general. So yeah, as always, film yourself. It's also fun to look back and see your own progress. Then the next way of getting up into your headstand is going to be your pike press, which means pressing up with straight legs. Now for your pike press, you're going to set yourself up the same way that you would normally. You're going to measure your elbows, interlace your fingers, plant your head, lift your knees, press away from the elbows, shoulders away from the ears, walk your feet in. Walk your tailbone or press your tailbone as far back as you can. Press half of your toes, full weight in the arms already. And then from here, see if you can flow your feet. Maybe a couple times first, and then you take child's pose to rest, because this is your starting position and you'll kind of learn here which muscles to activate. Your belly will activate, and as you lift those toes up, in order to come all the way up, you're going to have to be shifting your tailbone back. So what that will look like, similar to our straddle press, is you shift the tailbone back and you come all the way up.
And as you come up, you're gonna have to bring your tailbone a little bit further forward, so you kind of untuck it, and then as you come up, you tuck again. And then from here, if you want to come down the same way you came up, you press your hips away, back behind your head as you bring your toes forward. And all the way down.
And that's your pike press for you. Another way that is fun or, well, functional, both, to practice this is to get up into your normal headstand, bring your legs down to 90 degrees, and then bring them back up. So I think that's a great way to practice the right muscles, practice the motion, the tucking and untucking of the tailbone and shifting your hips the right way, which would be something like this. Gonna face the other way to not have the sun in my face. So if you want to practice that first, what you're going to do is you're going to come up as you would normally, both feet up to the sky. And then as you're here, press away as always from the floor. Oh, oops. Come on, Ellie. Get back up. Yes. You're going to press away. Send your hips back, send your feet forward. To 90 degrees and back up. And down. Send your hips away and back up. And eventually all the way down. In some ways that is more difficult because you need more stamina, you're there longer than your pike press, but it might help you get familiar with the motion. So let's keep it here for today. I hope you try these a few times. Don't give up, have fun with it. Again, film yourself, send me the video if you need some tips, some tricks, and I hope you enjoy. Have a lovely practice, a lovely day. Hope to see you in the next one. Love you. Bye. And just as I'm filming, I don't know if you can see, there's this really, really pretty bird. Is it still there? Yeah. Oh wait, yes, right there. Wowie. All right, phone is slowly overheating. But let's see if we can make it. There's so much bird poop around here.